And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Pocono Raceway. Be ready for the Party in the Poconos 400 here today at the Tricky Triangle. This is race number 19 of the Season 5 Snickers Cup Series. Can you guys believe it? We've only got 7 more weeks after this, and then the chase field is locked up, and we're going to begin Season 5 chase for the championship in all 3 series. I can't believe we've gotten this far so far. I'm actually really glad I have not done the divisions like I did last season, or else we probably at this point would just be finishing up weekend number 5 or something. On the pole for today's race is going to be the Dodge of Alex DeMarco, trying to, for the first time this season, pick up a win for the newly formed Everham Motorsports team here in Season 5. He had a nice run last week too, as I recall. I believe he finished 11th back at Texas. He's going to try and get a win here today at Pocono. Alongside of him, that's going to be John Cittadino, who actually comes in with 2 agendas. One is to try to become the first ever 4-time winner in the Snickers Cup Series. Second, he comes in 7 points behind the new points leader, Dylan Poteet. He'd love to be able to run Poteet down for the points lead here today. Austin Ogo had a nice top 10 run in our Mobile and Cup Series race yesterday. He'll roll off from position number 3, look for his second win of the season. Alongside of him, returning to the 5-hour energy colors, that is Jacob Lawler, currently sits 9th in the points. Then Callum Wales, look for his second win of the season as well, as he formerly went to victory lane at Talladega. He will complete today's top 5 on the inside of row number 3. As mentioned, basically the points battle today is going to come down between Dylan Poteet and John Cittadino, as they are separated by 7 points. Maybe coming into play 16 points back could be Hayden Klein, who is the current holder of 3rd place in the standings, but that's more of a long shot. The closer battle is going to be between Dylan Poteet and John Cittadino. We'll keep our eyes on them. And then also, don't forget, Sean Henley comes into this race with a 4-straight streak of top 5 finishes. Can he continue it here today? Henley, I believe, is going to be starting somewhere around mid-pack. We'll see if he can work his way up here. Henley, currently 10th in points, is our defending Snickers Cup Series champion. If anybody is trying to make strides towards the championship, certainly seems like Henley is the guy who is on that particular mission. We've gotten the command to fire the engines. The cars are going to get ready to roll off. We've had 20-lap events here in trucks and mobile. Today, a 30-lap event, which could play out fuel strategy again. Remember, we've had fuel mileage come into play in our last 2 events. We may end up having it happen here today at 12 at the Tricky Triangle. Here's your starting lineup for today's race at Pocono. On the Long Pond straightaway, getting ready to head into turn number 3, which is actually the final corner at this track. As mentioned, it's the Tricky Triangle. It is a triangle racetrack. And I was looking through the starting grid as you guys were, and I'll tell you what, Sean Henley's got quite a task cut out for himself today. He's starting from 41st position. How's he going to work his way up and get a top 5 finish out of that? The streak may end today at 4 races. Here we go, though. Rookie Alex DeMarco, rookie John Cittadino. Get ready to get us underway. Green flag is out, and a great restart there for the Best Buy Dodge. He's going to easily, I believe, have the lead heading into the first corner. As you see them fan out here, 3 wide, almost 4 wide back there between Charles Jackson and a few others. And John Cittadino, nice crossover move. He's going to the bottom, looking for the lead just like that, off of Alex DeMarco. Meanwhile, it's a Burger King sandwich back there, no pun intended. Ogo Rogers sandwiching the Callum Wales machine. I don't know, with Callum Wales being an Aussie, would that be a kangaroo burger? I don't know. Anyway, John Citadino, he is the leader. Oh, they're bouncing off the wall back there. They hang on to it, though. Eric Burton and Anthony McCurry bounced off each other. Mason bounced off someone. They still kept it together. The yellow flag is out. It must have been for something further back there. And John Citadino, just like that, started this race second. He's going to lead us under our first yellow. He leads. DeMarco's second. Then it's Jake Rogers. Cole Daly's now moved himself up to fourth just like that. And Austin Ogo is going to be fifth. But who was the caution coming out for? Oh, may have been for Kyle Sosnowski, who went 2 for 3 last week at Texas. Also has finished top 10 in the Truck and Mobile One Cup Series events here this week. And Rohit Vidaravu in the 27, he may have been involved as well. Joshua Michaels got some rear end damage. James McLeod may have gotten involved as well, as he's going to run to the back of Dylan Young there. Vidaravu, whoa, what are you guys doing? Not again. Sosnowski, who didn't look like he had any damage at all. Now he's got a nice little buckle on the hood of his number 48 running into the back of Rohit Vidaravu. I honestly don't understand what it is with these guys not being able to slow down under the yellow flag, but looks like 4 cars have sustained damage from whatever this incident was. McLeod, Michaels, Vidaravu, and Sosnowski. We'll take a look and see what put us under the yellow for the first time today. Here it was. This was happening just behind the debuting Jeffrey Buckeye there in that 22 AAA red, white, and blue machine. Right there, Jake Cole, Rohit Vidaravu. They're going to get into the wall, down into Kyle Sosnowski, and then... Boy, does Dylan Young get through this? I think he may. And Jordan Davis as well, our winner from last week at Texas. I think he just barely gets through this as well. Where's McLeod, though? I thought McLeod was caught up in this. Oh, McLeod's further back here. He and Joshua Michaels, I think, got into something earlier on. We'll have to look at that. Sosnowski, I don't know. Did Sosnowski get the wall at all? Or did he just... Nope, he did. He got his left front into that steel guardrail. There is Rohit Vidaravu around. But got to look back here now at McLeod and Michaels. They actually got into something much earlier on. And it must have been what the caution originally may have come out for. See what it was. Oh, yeah, the two of them going to get together right there. How's that going to start? Oh, Zach Campbell making a little bit of contact there with the right rear of the 10. Shoots him up into James McLeod. The two of them kind of mirror image each other as they back their machines into the outside retaining wall. Spin it around. Fortunately, everybody was able to get down to the inside line and avoid that. But then we had that incident a little bit further up there with Vidaravu, Jake Cole, and Kyle Sosnowski. But, boy, James McLeod, tough break for him again this week. He ended up finishing, I believe, was dead last week at Texas. Now he's involved in the first wreck of the day here. McLeod, he's barely by the skin of his teeth keeping himself inside of the top 10 in points. Comes in this race 7th in points. Joshua Michaels there involved as well, but my goodness. Caution coming. Whoa, excuse me. Caution coming out here for the first time today here on lap number 1. Let's go back to green flag racing. So we're getting the signal. 1 lap to go. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap 6 of 30. No drivers end up coming down pit road to make pit stops here. Everybody crossing the line. That's where they're going to restart, with the possible exception, I don't see Austin Ogo. And he was in the 5th position. Where is the 83? Oh, well, I guess we did have some pit stops. My bad. Ogo, Lawler, Callum Wales. Those 3 decided to come down pit road, roll some strategy here. And they are now at the rear of the field here, but this may pan out to their favor. You never know. So we did have some takers on pit road. I must have missed them. John Citadino is the current leader. Currently at this point, he is the new points leader again. Then you got Alex DeMarco 2nd. 3rd, Jake Rogers. 4th, Cole Daly and Pichu London now 5th. 6th is Ralph Mason. James Silverfox in 7th. 8th place, Anthony McCurry. 9th place is Eric Burton. And Emilio Navarick completes the top 10. Matthew Rodriguez is 11th. 12th, Adam Chambers. 13th is Danny Wells, our Mobile Cup Series winner. So he's up here now. Galligan 14th, and Zach Campbell is 15th, with Aaron Williams Jr. 16th. 17th, Charles Jackson. Wido Savotas in 18th. 19th is Michael Norman. And Tim Walsh completes top 20. Let's show you top 25. It's Chris Dollerton, George Roque, Barney Ward, then 24th, making his debut there as mentioned, Jeffrey Buckeye in the 22, and Richard Johnson is going to complete the top 25. There's Red Bell, 26th, 27th is Trent Whitney, 28th Hayden Klein. There's Sean Henley, he's worked his way up now to 29th place after starting 41st, trying to get up there to the top 5, keep his streak going, and 30th is going to be Derek Reed. Where's the points leader? We haven't even talked about him yet. He must be starting way back. Dylan Poteet, there he is, 31st position on this restart. Dylan Poteet not putting himself in the best of positions here. We've seen wrecks take place here pretty much from the middle of the pack on through to the rear of the field. So Dylan Poteet could be in a hornet's nest as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here on lap number 6. Sure, Alex DeMarco, who had the pole, wasn't too happy. He lost the lead just like that on the first lap. I was going to say he might try and go to the inside of John Cittadino right from the get-go, but now he's got his hands full. And that is going to be Jake Rogers. We got two Best Buy cars up on the high side. One's a Dodge, one's a Ford. They look very different, though, so it's easy to tell them apart. And look at Jake Rogers. He took second. He wants more. He's going down to the bottom for the lead off of John Cittadino. Nice run to the inside for that number 93 Toyota out of BK Racing. Oh, they're bouncing off the wall back there. Keep it together, guys. Keep it together. And, oh, they didn't. One car's around, and I couldn't tell if it was Ogo or Callum Wales. It was one of those two. Yellow's going to wave as they almost all had it saved, but were not able to hang on to it. Rogers will be the leader now under the caution. Cole Daly second. Mason third. Then it's Silver Fox now up to fourth. And John Cittadino has slipped back to fifth. Which one was it? It was Austin Ogo. May have been him and Callum Wales. It was. Yep, I thought I saw them both, and I was right. I think I'm ready for my commentator's license. Two drivers who rolled the dice to pit, to be off the pit sequence with other drivers, both get involved in our second caution of the day. Let's look back at a replay of what happened to those two. These guys were running right at the rear of the field because they had decided they were going to pit under our latest caution. Apparently, that did not pan out too well for them, as I think they're going to go 3 wide with last week's winner, Jordan Davis. And there you go, Austin Ogo, Davis, they're going to make contact. Ogo gets sent straight down into the passenger side door of the 39, and around the three of them go. Jordan Davis, that's a tough break for him, just coming off his first career NNSCRA victory last week at Texas Motor Speedway, and obviously tough break for Ogo and Callum Wales too. How about Austin Ogo, though? I mean, a lot of people haven't probably noticed the standings, but Austin Ogo's worked his way up now to 12th in points, trying to get inside the top 10 in the standings. And he's involved in this incident here. We'll have to see if all these guys can continue. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Oh, wait a minute! Oh! Tim Walsh in the 56 just jackhammered the Jordan Davis machine. And that is a huge hit there for Tim Walsh and Davis as well. I didn't see that happen. I all of a sudden saw this logo moving up in the rear of the camera shot, and it was Tim Walsh, and he is probably done for the day as he just nailed the 16 of Jordan Davis, last week's winner. That's a tough break right there for those guys. I thought we may get away with another caution and no DNFs, but apparently that's not going to be the case now, as Jordan Davis and Tim Walsh take some pretty hard licks there on the long pond straightaway. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. It'll be on lap 11 of 30. Jake Rogers out in front, looking for his first win of the season here in the Snickers Cup Series. Drivers back behind the wall as a result of what we saw go on are Tim Walsh, Jordan Davis, and Kyle Sosnowski actually retired after the first incident of the day as well. We saw him run into the back of somebody. I can't remember who it was. Under the caution flag, that was enough to send the 48 back behind the wall as well. So Sosnowski, it seems like things are going well for him over in Trucks and Mobile, but Snickers Cup, he just cannot seem to close the deal. Here we go, getting ready to go back to green. The green flag's going to come out. Jake Rogers, the leader. Then it's Cole Daly, Ralph Mason, Alex DeMarco, Matthew Rodriguez, Navarrete, Wells, Burton, Jackson, and his teammate Wado Savotas. That is the top 10. First car out of line is going to be 9th place Charles Jackson, who actually had a top 10 in the Mobile Cup Series event here yesterday. So did Ralph Mason, as I recall, as he's up here battling hard. Oh, they're 3 wide here, bouncing off each other. DeMarco, Mason, and Cole Daly. And somehow they keep it together. They've got to settle it back out to double wide. They can't be 3 wide coming here off of this second corner, or else someone's going to wreck. Oh no! There goes Derek Reed around. I thought they could keep it together at least one time. No sirree, Bob, they cannot. Derek Reed and the Geico Ford was around there in the rear of the field. And DeMarco, the pole sitter, for the first time today, he'll lead a lap as he's going to lead us under the yellow flag for the 3rd time today. Then it's a Navarrete, Matthew Rodriguez. Danny Wells has now moved his way up here to 4th as he's trying to go for a 2-for-3 race weekend. And Jake Rogers slipped back to 5th on that restart. There's the 13. I knew he was the car that spun around. Let's see how he got turned. He was running near the rear of the field as well, was Derek Reed. Take a look here. This was back around just outside of the top 20. You see John Cittadino, Michael Norman way back here. Cittadino really lost a ton of spots. Right there, he was the one that bounced off the wall. Got bounced off of by Derek Reed. A little contact with Dylan Young, and then a little contact with Adam Chambers. Spins around the Germain Racing Ford Fusion of Derek Reed. Fortunately, everybody else was able to keep their cars up on the high side. It was a solo car spin for the 13 car, and that put us under the yellow. Let's go back to green, see if anybody's going to gamble and come down pit road this time, as we are now 1/3 of the way through today's event. Cars currently on the Long Pond straightaway. As we've been given the signal, we'll go back to green on lap 16 of 30. We are now halfway through today's event, and everybody came down pit road under that yellow flag. So it's kind of shuffled the field up a bit. DeMarco first on, first off pit road though. George Roque now is going to be 2nd. Then it's going to be Ralph Mason 3rd, 4th Cole Daly, and Matthew Rodriguez in 5th. Emilio Navarrete is 6th. 7th place Jake Rogers. Danny Wells is in 8th. 9th Wider Zavotas. And how about the rookie Jeffrey Buckeye making his debut today? He's up there in the 10th position. 11th Charles Jackson. Looky who's coming. Sean Henley's up to 12th. Barney Ward 13th. Chris Dollerton 14th. And the points leader, Dylan Poteet, is now up to 15th place. So a lot of drivers we saw at the rear of the field at the beginning of this race now starting to make their presence felt up here inside the top 10 and top 15 as the green flag comes back out. DeMarco about to get a challenge now. George Roque diving it right down to the bottom. Ralph Mason went down there too. He had thoughts for 2nd. Now he's going to go for the lead 3 wide. Mason, Roque, DeMarco, keep it together, guys. Please, no! Roque's around, Rodriguez around, DeMarco's involved, and everybody miss him? Oh, wow! How did they miss George Roque? How they missed him, I will never know. And Eric Burton's around up here. Oh, there goes Barney Ward. There goes Jeffrey Buckeye further up. But I still can't believe they ended up missing that spinning 55 card. Oh, man, there's heavy-duty damage to that 17. Cole Daly, he's got quite a bit of damage on that race car. As to the line, the leader was Ralph Mason. There is Jeffrey Buckeye. I saw his car stalled out down against the safer barrier there, that steel guardrail. Joshua Michaels, Jake Cole. There's Matthew Rodriguez. I think all he did was spin out. Mary Cole was involved, it looks like. Trent Whitney may have gotten a piece of it. There's Eric Burton's machine. Pichu London's got damage on his car, both left and right side damage. Chris Dollerton, after a top 10 last week, he's got some damage. Barney Ward, his teammate as well, was involved in something there. Yellow waves one more time. Cole Daly even further up here has damage, and Ralph Mason has emerged as the leader, but my goodness, how they avoided that 55, I don't know. We're going to look back at a replay of what happened. Ralph Mason, our winner from Dover, is the current leader. Well, this was a battle on for the lead, and what an expertise showing of drivership on the part of all these guys. This is where experience pays off. Watch this. 3 wide for the lead. Mason, Roque, and DeMarco. And I'll tell you, this could have been a lot worse than it was. Watch right here. Coming off this corner. We've seen it so many times today, and this time it's going to be DeMarco and Roque making the contact. Matt Rudd going to get clipped. He's going to head down to the to the grass area. Look at Navarrete. What a nice slick move by the 5. Cole Daly did get a piece of that there, but watch this. DeMarco's going to make a little contact with the 55, and I thought with everybody coming in here that there was no way that nobody was going to get through without somebody hitting that 55. And look at this. They split him 3 wide all the way down this track. Then the cars further back are going to be able to get down low. Oh, wow. Campbell nearly got involved there. And then look at this. I thought then he was going to get T-boned, but no, everybody else was able to get down to the bottom to be able to avoid the 55. That is some great expertise driving right there. But something did happen further up as I see some smoke there. That may have been from Matt Rod spinning into the infield. We're going to have to find out because there were a few other damaged race cars that were not damaged before. There may have actually been something else that took place out of that corner just further back. We'll find that out in just a moment. Yep, this was the same part of that turn, just a little further back. They were going almost 5 wide here. Michael Norman, Pichu London, Trent Whitney, Mary Cole, and Rohit Vidaravu. There's the end result right there. All 5 of them going to go up and get that outside retaining wall. That gave quite a bit of significant damage to the 5-hour Energy Toyota of Pichu London, Norman, Mary Cole also getting damaged. Trent Whitney, who'd had a great run so far in that 98. I think he had been up front for a little bit. He is involved now, and Rohit Vidaravu has just been a dismal few weeks for him. 18th in points. Right now, the first driver, if this season was over now, who would actually get a wild card spot, but tough break there. These guys just having a lot of difficulty slipping and sliding out there, and we have yet, I believe, to even complete 1 green flag lap, as we're going to go back to green flag racing now here at Pocono. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 21 of 30. That'll give us 10 laps to go here at Pocono. The big question that really everybody is asking right now is, will we get a green flag lap in? It seems as soon as we go green, these drivers have a difficult time heading onto the Long Pond straightaway and end up bringing the caution immediately out. So are we going to be able to have some kind of a green flag run here at the end of this race? I don't know. I think everybody's expectations are leaning towards the no side, which is rather unfortunate because, you know, we'd love to be able to see what these drivers have under the green flag rather than just 1 lap at a time. Ralph Mason is the leader under the caution. He'll lead us to the restart looking for his 2nd win of the season after he took the checkers at Dover a few weeks ago. How about Emilio Navarrete? He may be the dark horse in this whole thing. Nice move getting through that wreck up there at the front. He's now taken the 2nd position. Charles Jackson will restart in 3rd. Sean Henley, looky, 41st place starting position. What? He's moved his way all the way up to 4th place now in the top 5. He's trying to move his streak to 5 for top 5 finishes in a row. That's Jake Rogers 5th. The rest of the top 10 are Wido Savotas, Richard Johnson, the points leader Dylan Poteet, Jacob Lawler, and James Silverfox. As we get ready to go back to green, here we go. Ralph Mason going to take the green flag. They'll head down to turn number 1. Let's hope. Let's pray that they can make it through at least 1 green flag lap here. I don't know if they can or not, but I'm just hoping they can. So here comes Emilio Navarrete down to the bottom. He's going to try and go for the lead. Henley, though, 3 wide for the top spot. Keep it together, please. Oh, Navarrete and Mason almost got squeezed into each other, but they kept it together. Oh, thank heavens, I think we're still green. Henley, Navarrete, side by side. Charles Jackson, Ralph Mason, side by side for 3rd. As Henley's going to take the lead. Oh, come on, guys, please keep it together. You guys can do it for 1 lap at least. They did! I think we're going to get a green flag lap in. Sean Henley, the leader. Jackson now in 2nd. Henley looking for his 1st win of the season in a points-paying event after he took the first 2 wins of the season, non-points, in the Bud Shootout and the Gatorade Duel. Henley leads, Jackson 2nd, and we got a green flag lap in. Big round of applause for these guys as we are still green flag racing. Big battle back here for 3rd place now. Wido Savotas, Richard Johnson, Navarrete, Poteet, Silverfox, Hayden Klein. Look at them all back here. And up ahead, I think we have a battle for the lead. We do! Side by side, the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, the Tweedix Racing Chevrolet, Jackson and Henley, side by side for the lead here at Pocono. And are we still green? We are still green. Let's see if they can keep it green out of this corner again. Poteet bounces off Votas, and there goes Navarrete. There goes Austin Ogo, spinning towards the infield, but that may not bring out a caution. It didn't. We're still green flag racing, even though Navarrete and Ogo just got turned. There's the yellow. Caution has come back out. Aw, man. Well, at least we got a good green flag run in there, at least, even if it was only 2 laps. But Jackson's going to lead us under yet another caution flag. Then it's Sean Henley, James Silverfox, Hayden Klein, Richard Johnson. The top 5 has certainly changed form from the beginning of this race, and Charles Jackson is going to be the leader now with 8 laps to go. Oh, it looks like Michael Norman is going to be the reason the yellow actually does come out. Heavy duty front end damage to that Diet Mountain Dew Chevrolet. His day probably is done. There's Pichu London on pit road. Jeffrey Buckeye in his debut, he's on pit road. There's Ogo. Have to assume that he and Emilio Navarrete, that their damage has come from them going down in that steel girder down on the infield after we saw them get turned. So that's what we're under the caution flag for, it looks like. Let's look back at the replay of what happened. We'll look at the 2 spins by the 5 and the 83, and then the incident that involved Pichu London, Jeffrey Buckeye, and Michael Norman. So we'll start here looking at the spin out by the 83. Up ahead, though, you're going to see Ralph Mason and Emilio Navarrete get together. That's going to spin the 5 car down to the apron. I think we're going to actually get to see both those wrecks at the same time, so we won't probably have to look back at a replay again. There you go, Navarrete passenger side door into that steel guardrail. Austin Ogo backs his Burger King Toyota into it, and then here comes the problem. Navarrete's able to keep his car down in the grass. Ogo's car, it just ricocheted right back, and it's going to come back up the racetrack. Keep your eyes on the Pichu London machine. I believe he's the one that's going to get clobbered here. Right there. Yep. Oh, man. That is a hard hit. Look at Barney Ward trying to find a way through. He's going to get involved. Here comes Jeffrey Buckeye trying to find a line to get through. Oh, man. London just comes right down into his line of driving. And then there's Michael Norman. He's able to get by London, but then Buckeye slides up in front of him, and there's nowhere for Michael Norman in the 88 to go. Oh, man. Then he gets hit again by the 22. Those two couldn't dislodge from each other. There was something further here. What in the world? Oh, the 13 of Derek Reed. What happened to him? Looks like he and Chris Dollerton going to get together. Oh! Well, what's going on here? Look at this. DeMarco went down the grass. He comes back up. There's contact between him and Derek Reed. Reed goes sliding into the corner, just collects the James McLeod machine. They're going to go up into the wall. And then as they go into the wall, they're slowed up, and they're going to go 3 and 4 wide behind him. Ralph Mason, actually, I think, was the start of that. He was on the apron. He slid up into Mary Cole, who then goes up into Chris Dollerton. There's Anthony McCurry in it. Eric Burton, Trent Whitney do a nice job getting down to the low line to be able to avoid this. So does Matthew Rodriguez and George Roque. Wow. Quite chaotic here. But we were able to go under green for a little bit. That was at least a plus, but I guess with all that green flag racing, they found a way to wreck even worse here at Pocono. Anyway, the caution's out again. We're going to go back to green, see what kind of a shootout we're going to have to maybe finish off today's race. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Drivers out after this latest incident are Michael Norman, Barney Ward, Jeffrey Buckeye, Pichu London, Austin Ogo. They've gone back behind the wall. They join Jake Cole, Joshua Michaels, Rohit Vidaravu, Tim Walsh, Jordan Davis, and Kyle Sosnowski back in the garage area. For the number of cautions we've had, really, when you think about it, a relatively low amount of DNFs. We've obviously got a lot of damaged race cars at the rear of the field, though, but still, drivers doing a pretty good job making sure they're able to stay out here up to speed, but still try and salvage at least some kind of a finish. Charles Jackson out in front, looking for the second win of the season for Joe Gibbs Racing, as his rookie teammate Hayden Klein took the Coke 600 at Charlotte earlier on this season. Jackson looking for his first Snickers Cup Series win of the season. Same deal for Sean Henley, right behind him there in second. James Silverfox, also the same for him, as he is in third. Hayden Klein, we talked about him winning the Coke 600. He's fourth, and Richard Johnson, our winner from Atlanta, is in fifth. How about the points leader, Dylan Pote? He stayed out of trouble all day long. He's up here in 6th place. No doubt about it. If he stays where he is, he will still be the points leader heading into next week. Wider Zavotas, very nice run for him in 7th. 8th is Jake Rogers. 9th is Zach Campbell now. And 10th place, now cracking the top 10, is the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet of Aaron Williams Jr. as the caution. Yeah, good job, Seth. The green flag comes back out here on lap 27 of 30. We're going to have 4 laps to go. Let's see if we can stay green for those 4 laps. Silver Fox going to dive down to the bottom of Sean Henley. That's for the lead. Hayden Klein has thoughts for that. Not for the lead. Second place. Wow, I'm really failing right now. Here comes Hayden Klein, though. He's trying to make it Joe Gibbs Racing 1-2 here. We're still green flag racing, too. But here comes the trouble spot. This corner is where we've seen drivers have a lot of difficult times. A lot of the yellow flags come out after they come out of this corner. They're bounced off each other. There goes Gallagher. There goes Danny Wells. And there's a spin out for the 31. Fourth in points. The caution flag is going to fly again. This race may be over at the line. Charles Jackson, his teammate Hayden Klein, Joe Gibbs Racing, 1-2. Down to the line. This race, I think, is going to end under caution. I think Charles Jackson has won the Party in the Poconos 400. We don't have confirmation yet, but with 3 laps to go, I don't think we're going to be able to fit in even a 1-lap shootout to end off this race. So now, barring any mechanical problems underneath the hood of that number 20, any tire problems, any fuel problems, Charles Jackson's going to be able to, under the yellow, drive around and win today's race at Pocono. But we're going to have to find out first what brought out that caution flag. I know it was the 31 of Danny Wells spinning around. We'll take a look at that in just a moment, and then we'll come back, see if we are going to get back to green, but I don't think so. If not, we'll come back for the checkers. Well, they almost went 4 wide off this corner. Aaron Williams Jr. going to go up into Waidas Savotas. He bounces down to Galligan, who then bounces down into Danny Wells. And everybody almost had it saved, but Danny just couldn't keep his car straight. He's going to have some contact right there from Red Bell. Tough break for her. That's going to slingshot the 31 right up into Aaron Williams Jr. Ralph Mason, who was the leader a while ago, he's going to run straight into the 31. His car kind of shoots straight down towards the inside of the track. Also further back there, 2 Tweenix teammates got together, Mary Cole and James McLeod. Looks like Emilio Navarrete may have been party to that too. Let's rewind just a minute. Take a look and see what happened to those guys. Can't even really see them with this camera angle. Let's jump to this one. Maybe we can see better through the smoke. Yeah, Mary Cole, she's going to make some contact there with Cole Daly. That's going to spin the 4 car around, and then look who's going to come right into the back of her. It's going to be her Tweenix Racing teammate, James McLeod in the 51. And right there is where you're going to see it, right there, yep. So we had 2 incidents take place out of that corner. And this is going to have quite a few points implications, too, because with some of the drivers that were involved, namely Danny Wells, James McLeod, and Mary Cole, those drivers all came in the top 10 in points. And this late in the race, that was not what they wanted to have happen. But we're under the yellow again. I think it's going to be our last yellow of the day. We're going to head back now, see if we're going to have the checker flag waving over the hood of Charles Jackson's Toyota. Charles Jackson's first win of the season, I believe, first win of his career, rather, in Snickers Cup Series, I believe came at Talladega of last year when he drove the number 42 for Earnhardt Ganassi Racing. This season, it's going to come here at Pocono Raceway. Right place, right time for Charles Jackson and that 20 team. He's going to come down. The checker flag is waving. Charles Jackson, under caution, wins the Party in the Poconos 400 at Pocono Raceway, and it's a Joe Gibbs Racing 1-2 finish. How about that? Charles Jackson, a great win for him. 21st in points. This could be his bid to try and get himself up inside the chase. Who knows? But an unbelievable finish right there and a great win for Charles Jackson and that whole number 20 team. As always, we're going to show you your top 10 for the finish of this race. Jackson wins. His teammate Hayden Klein, who I believe they've just told me is now the new rookie points leader again, and came in 3rd in points. He'll get the runner-up spot to complete a 1-2 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing. Richard Johnson, great run for him in 3rd. The streak extends to 5. Sean Henley, another top 5 finish as he finishes 4th here today. Tell you what, be keeping your eyes on that guy. I think the champ is back. James Silverfox, a great top 5 in 5th. This may be enough to get him back into the top 10 in points. Zach Campbell, has he turned up the heat lately or what? A great finish again for him in 6th. The points leader and still points leader Dylan Poteet's going to get 7th. Jacob Lawler, this is going to help him stay inside the top 10 in points. He came in 9th in the standings in danger of falling out. He'll get 8th. Sean Galligan, great run in 9th. And how about Callum Wales? A great run for the 39. He came in 36th in points. A well-needed run here, a top 10 run for our winner from Talladega. Unbelievable job by Charles Jackson and that 20 team to be in the right place at the right time. It was a great battle between himself and Sean Henley there for a moment. That happened under the green, but Jackson prevailed. Jackson is going to go to victory lane today, and this is going to help him big time in the point standings as well. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed today's race. Hope you enjoyed this weekend. It was okay, I guess. I mean, I am sorry that we weren't able to run as much under the green flag in any of the events as we were. But nonetheless, we had some great finishes and some great winners here this race weekend, as we are going to be leaving Pocono now and heading to the night races at the short track known as Richmond International Raceway. Hope you'll be tuning in for that. Hope to see you there. Here comes your official finish results, your overall points days, and your rookie points heading into Richmond, as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.